It's time to eat it. 8:48 now here on Memphis Morning News. News Talk 98.9. I'm Ditch. Tim Van Horn's here. Allan, the food dude, is here as always on Thursdays. Jeff Brightwell as well, out of the newsroom and in the studio. And Brett Batterson from the Orpheum Theatre is here. Allan, you bring extra, right?
I always do.
Okay, good. Well, Brett, thank you for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it. First of all, before we get into the upcoming season at the Orpheum Theatre, we're going to try some of Allan's. Is this related to Leap Day? Is
not
this have
really.
any relation? Okay,
no, not really.
I figured Allan would, knowing you would bring
I would do something Leap
concoction
Day,
in about
but,
Leap
you know.
Year. All right. Well, let's go ahead and open it up.
Okay, yeah, so pop it open,
It's a
hot or cold.
container within a container.
Yeah,
so
container within a container, yes.
heavy. It's got some weight to it.
It's got a little weight.
A little talenti.
It looks like Oreo cookies on the bottom, some white chocolate.
Yeah, you got a little Ghirardelli cookie and candy mix on the bottom.
Oh, wow.
Is this worms in dirt or whatever?
No. This is my experiment with a heavy cream mousse and coffee.
Oh, okay.
Let's see here.
All right. It's got to mix it up a little
Brett
bit.
went in
here.
first. What do you think?
What do you think, Brett?
I think it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I wish he hadn't said it was an experiment just before I put it in my mouth.
Yeah, it is good. I like it.
Well, I was looking for a mousse that could carry different flavors with it other than just using like the powdered coffee and that kind of nonsense. So this one, instead of being the light whipped cream, Cool Whip kind of mousse, this is heavy cream.
And boy, is it.
It is pretty serious. And Ditch, just for you, I put you all kinds of different textures all over the bottom.
Lots of crunchy stuff on the bottom. Yeah, I got to work too hard to get to the bottom, Allan.
So is mousse just extra whipped cream? You whip it even more?
A mousse is basically a flavored or added whipped cream.
All right.
Is basically what it comes down to. So you get into like a salmon mousse.
Yeah.
So you got a savory, or you have a sweet mousse, like in this place, like a dessert.
That, man, I don't want.
All right, the two mousses. All right, the mousse.
No.
Well, Jeff, the mousse you and I will never know anything about is a hair mousse.
Hello?
There you go.
Whoa, man. What?
I hope not.
Well, implying two of us are at least follicularly challenged.
There you go.
Oh, I get you.
There you
Okay.
go.
Yeah,
Great.
so.
Very
Three. Well, you got a little more work in there than Jeff
Don't
and I
Google
do.
that.
So, yeah, this is terrific. The texture, there is a mixture. You have that really soft, heavy cream on the top, and then you get a little more texture as you continue to head to the bottom.
Yeah,
of
you
the
got a little cookie
server.
crumble in there and
Yeah.
everything. Give you a little, as they say, palate interest.
Now, you know, Allan, I'm not just going to... I would have liked to have had a few more chocolate chips in there, please.
Oh, okay, well,
Otherwise, I can't really find anything wrong with this.
well, next time I might add a little cheese or something for you there. So.
Brett, I like crunch.
I'm getting that. I'm getting that.
Allan will bring in stuff that has no crunch to it. I'm like, what are you doing?
Torturing Ditch is usually what I'm doing.
You guys have a dinner on stage tonight, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about it. Brett here from the Orpheum Theatre. We're going to talk about the season while we enjoy Allan, the food dude's dish. So tell us about what's happening tonight and there's some good stuff on the upcoming season.
Well, tonight is our dinner on stage. It's our leap year dinner on stage. Leaping into the new season is our theme. But about 3 or 4 times a year, we invite members of our audience to come to dinner. And it's literally dinner on stage. And you sit and look at the empty Orpheum. It's just beautiful. It's a great evening. I probably talk too much, but everybody seems to enjoy it. And the
people
food's always
don't
good.
realize the size of the stage at the Orpheum Theatre until they sit on the stage and eat dinner.
Right. And they get the perspective of the performers, which they never get to have.
Do you give a little history lesson when you talk to the members? Or
I do. So we start with a little history of the Orpheum, and then we sit down and have dinner. And then tonight I'll talk about the season, the upcoming season we just announced, and then I take questions. And the questions can be anything. So I've asked, usually the questions are asked that I can answer without much controversy, but sometimes people hit me.
Well, you this upcoming season, as I'm looking at the list, there's a lot of them that are big names, that we've heard before. I mean, I'm excited. I see Peter Pan. I was just always such a big fan of. I've never seen the Broadway production of Peter Pan.
Oh, it's a classic. 70 years it's been on stage. But what really makes it interesting this year is they the Indians, the portrayal of the Indians in Peter Pan has been problematic the last, couple of decades. So they hired a native playwright, Larissa Fasthorse, to rewrite the scenes of the Indians to make them much more respectful and realistic. So I'm really looking forward to seeing this. I have not seen this version of Peter Pan, but I'm looking forward to seeing the Indians rewritten. And then I also have to add, of course, that the pirates, they didn't hire a pirate playwright. So they're still pretty much
Sorry,
buffoons.
pirates.
Yeah, sorry, pirates.
Alan. Well, that's right. Alan, in his spare time is a pirate.
Give me a call, man.
Making coffee mousse and being a pirate. I thought it was interesting you introduced Allan with Eat It because Beat It is in our first show, which is MJ, the Michael Jackson musical. So we're looking forward to bringing that to Memphis for the first time.
And let's talk about Some Like It Hot.
Some Like It Hot is based on the classic film, Tony Curtis and who was the other guy? The Tony Curtis film. It's a new version. It's not the version that came to the Orpheum in 2002, which many people remember as not being exceptionally terrific. This is a new version. It's played Broadway for a year. And it's also one of the 3 shows on our season this year that the Orpheum helped produce on Broadway. We actually acted as co-producers on Some Like It Hot.
Really?
And on
cool.
Girl from the North Country, the Bob Dylan musical. And we were also investors in Kimberly Akimbo, which is coming next year, and which won the Orpheum its 5th Tony Award.
So when you say that you're involved in investing, this helps. Is this why the Orpheum continues to get such good and such robust schedules every year? Because of your involvement actually with Broadway?
That's exactly right, and that's why we do it. We don't invest or help co-produce because it, is about money. It's really about gaining credibility in New York so that the shows and the producers there want to bring their shows to Memphis because we help make them possible.
That's awesome. What is? I always ask people, what do they think of Memphis from the Broadway perspective? When they think, hey, we want to go to Memphis, or is it like, oh, we're going through Memphis on this run, or they're excited? I mean, obviously, I'm sure they're telling you they're excited about it, but
well, no,
truthfully,
this is the truth. This is the truth because every city looks the same to these folks. They come, they stay in the hotel, they come to the theater. They love coming to Memphis for one reason, and that's because our volunteer ushers have fed a home-cooked Southern meal to every Broadway show that has come to Memphis in the last 45 years.
All right.
And it is legend on the tours. They all look forward to coming to Memphis because of that meal.
And anytime you're a performer, you want to play in historic venues.
Yeah.
How old is the Orpheum compared to other cities that might have an old theater? I mean, where does the Orpheum stack as far as age across the U.S.?
Yeah, well, this is 2023 was our 95th year, so we're getting ready to celebrate 100. But there were a lot of theaters built in the 20s. It was a heyday for building what they called movie palaces at the time.
But probably not kept up like the Orpheum.
Well, no, I think the Orpheum's better kept up than any theater in the country. But that's just my opinion because I'm in charge of that. But yeah, the Orpheum is special. It's a lot of those theaters like the Fox in Atlanta and the Fox in St. Louis, they're beautiful venues, but they're huge. They're huge, and you're sitting miles away from this performer.
Yeah.
You're right there when you're at the Orpheum.
Yeah.
Well, we're looking forward to it, and they can get more information.
Yeah, Orpheum-Memphis.com is his Doubtfire, Memphis Songwriter Series. You've got the Golden Girls, The Laughs Continue. That should be funny. Wicked. You've got a little bit of something, honestly, for everybody. We'd be remiss if we didn't mention the passing of Pat Halloran.
Absolutely.
But what we also want to say is we are so glad that the next chapter in the Orpheum is in your hands. This season looks fantastic. You guys have great things planned. Thanks for all that you do to help keep Memphis on the map.
Well, thank you, and we will miss Pat. He was a great leader of the Orpheum who built a great organization. I'm just happy to be able to carry it on.
Well, Brett, hopefully now, anytime we ask you to come in, you will tell people, I love going to Memphis Morning News because, man, the food that Allan, the food dude,
That's right.
is awesome.
That's right. We're going to have to start selling this at the concession stand.
All right. Hey, we got to go.